that you guys are going to be learning as part of this project is the notion of linear arrangements, okay? And the thing that's going to drive the linear arrangements are these long bars, all right? And I want you to kind of think about these bars initially as just a long thing that you organize things along. Later on, you'll be able to think of them as a corridor, but right now, no. So one of the things that you guys are going to do as an initial experiment in using these pieces that you're making are going to be form studies. And what I'm going to be asking you to do is I'm going to be asking you to connect pieces together with tape in a way where you don't have adjacent coplanar faces. Okay? So we have, this is a face-to-face connection here, but there are no adjacent coplanar surfaces except for the bottom. Okay? And on the bottom, we will allow that. So floors are allowed to be on one level. All right? But for this thing, let's just say I'm going to connect them up like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take some small pieces of tape, and I'm going to try and get it to sort of stay. There's two pieces of tape. I'm going to put one more on the bottom, and that should pretty much get it to stay without moving around too much. Okay, so there is a connection, right, of two linear volumes that have the only coplanar surface that they have is on the bottom, okay, and the face-to-face connection. All right, now we are going to be doing face-to-face connections only because I don't want you destroying all your boxes and colliding them. But I do want you to study how you can aggregate, put together a bunch of stuff into a grouping, right, in a way that's visually interesting. So one of the things that I want you guys to express is exact repetition. So, for example, I could take this here and sort of install it here or here, okay, in a way that there is exact repetition occurring. So I could put these things so that they're about that far apart. Keeps moving on me, right? And that establishes exact repetition, okay? This is the actual number of volumes that you guys are supposed to have. And so one of the things that you're going to be doing when you do your form studies is using all these pieces, right, to create a aggregation, a composition of these volumes. And so, you know, we could take these and sort of put them together like that, okay? We could, if we wanted to, start to stack them like that. Okay, so one of the things that I want you guys to understand is I want you to do at least 2 studies where each of the objects maintains its simplicity. All of these sort of express themselves as individual elements. And then you can start to do more studies where things can start to create groupings. Like, for example, I could take these and create 2 exact groupings of these offset cubes like that. I could take these 3, right, and do the same thing there. Right. So now once I've created these, we'll call these modules, right, then the modules get sort of installed onto the linear arrangement. Right. And I'm going to just be asking you to do, I don't know, 4 or 5 different sort of combinations. Right? Things can be so that they cross vertically like this. Right? A different way to put these together. I'll take these apart. You have to be really careful with your tape that it doesn't destroy your boxes. Right? different way to put these together might be, show this off. To where they're crossing, okay, in plan. We did one where they crossed vertically. We did another one where maybe they're crossing in plan, okay? And you can also do one where they link together in this fashion. You are allowed to use small pieces of foam and stuff to support things, okay? So you can have something that connects more, something that connects less. All right, any questions about that? All right, go ahead and stop the video.